I know City Council recently just changed the allowing people to speak in public because there was a few folks that, were trying to monetize and cause a scene.
We've had some meetings in our city here recently where we've had staff members put in a bad spot. And for them, they just were hired to do a job for the city. So I hate to see that because I signed up for it. That too often today with the political discourse we have now, people lose sight that I'm a regular citizen.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I think social media has added to kind of just the fervor around it, and you're detached, and so people can say whatever they want without any real public ramification.
Well, the big thing in Clearwater, we just tried to protect local citizens and their right to speak.
Sure.
And so we've had folks driving from 4 hours away who have a YouTube channel that are monetizing it.
Right.
And so what we're trying to do is find a path forward so that we truly are having a city meeting about city business and we don't have folks coming in with a separate agenda, in this case, a commercial agenda.
Hi, friends. How are you? I hope you enjoy your weekend because I want to let everybody know on February 13th, Okeechobee. Links in the description. We're going to Okeechobee where Warren Sapp got arrested for his free speech and had his charges dropped. And now he's suing for $20 million. Also, February 25th is when Clearwater is hosting their so-called free speech meeting, I guess you would call it. That'll be in the links below. But what we're going to talk about is, I don't know what YouTube channel this is or whatever. Don't really care. All I know is that these council members love going on to these platforms and love talking shit. At least I show up to your face and talk shit to you because at least I can be a man enough about it. Anytime you guys want to sit there and talk something, at least say it to my face. But, I don't live in Clearwater, so I guess you need to come over to the East Coast. Maybe you should drive 4 hours. But let's hop into this video, and we're going to talk about this YouTube channel and Bruce.Rector at the end. So let's hop into it.
But I think the one that President Trump's granddaughter who spoke, that the way she humanized him is a way that I find, even as mayor of Clearwater, too often people forget that I'm a dad. I've got a 20-year-old son that lives with me, and the way that they were successful in humanizing him, that too often today with the political discourse we have now, people lose sight that I'm a regular citizen. I'm a regular person. I have those same family concerns, love for my family that they have, and I thought that was important because in today's environment, we too often forget that.
Now, what I want you to understand why I played that beginning part is because I feel like this was a setup. This was like a setup question. He was talking about him going to, see the president when Hulk Hogan was there and ripping his shirt off and, doing his praise for Trump or whatever, that whole thing. He was there. But, he's talking about it and he's saying about, humanizing and in this political realm, when we watch what the government does and we don't like it, well, me personally, I don't like Clearwater in the things that they've done to not only myself, Mr. Haluba, you name the person and anything that I've exposed from Clearwater. This is kind of like the setup question into this next part. And this is where, no, not having it. And I can't wait to see you, Mr. Rectum, on the 25th of this month. So links are in the description. Let's continue.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I think social media has added to kind of just the fervor around it, and you're detached, and so people can say whatever they want without any real public ramification. How is that adjustment going from just being a citizen of Clearwater, and I know you've always been kind of actively involved since being here, but then being in the public eye and under scrutiny and people that you don't know, just again kind of dehumanizing you and detaching you from the husband and father that you are. I mean, what is that like?
I have never ever come after anyone on that dais. I've never come after their families. I've only come after public officials, whether it be Poirier, her daughter, and her husband, Adam Poirier. I've gone after, Cotton or Mannino with his 501c3 that $100,000 just mysteriously vanished. I've gone after and talked about them, but I don't go after anybody's family. I don't do it. Never done it. I go after public officials. So if you work for the public and you do wrong things, I will find out about it and I will expose it. That's what I do. And you are so mad that you have to get rid of free speech or do whatever it is that you got to do what you're doing right now. But it's not going to work, because on February 25th, I'm bringing a bunch of my boys. It's going to be the boys hanging out. And you thought 3 minutes were bad? Well, it's going to get very interesting. So, but it's not over. Let's continue.
Well, I've fortunately had the experience of practicing law for 34 years. So
Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo.
yeah,
Whoop-de-doo.
Yes. You've been demonized already.
and litigating a lot of those years.
Bankers
so,
get a lot of that too, by the way. So.
For me, it's not anything that I learned to not take yourself too seriously, not take other people too seriously, and particularly when they're upset and they're saying things where you really have to think, well, what's motivating them behind saying that. I do think it's unfortunate for others. We've had some meetings in our city here recently where we've had staff members put in a bad spot, and for them, they just were hired to do a job for the city. So,
like Daniel Slaughter, the assistant manager of the city, that was the police chief and mysteriously just got the job as the assistant manager. Okay, sure. Miss Poirier, the city manager, went from HR to assistant manager, and then within like a month after that, she got promoted to the city manager. I don't know. And then you've got Kaylee Valdez. She works for the police in Clearwater, and even on her application said, my mom is Miss Poirier. Well, basically she got a job working for the police because Miss Poirier is in control of the police station. And then you've got her husband, Adam Poirier, that works for the fire department. Are you starting to see a common thread? Everybody, if you're within the circle, this circle, right? The whole world, these people are making like $200,000. The council members, they're not making that, but I guarantee they're getting kickbacks from somewhere, because I don't know. I just don't know where it's all coming from. But don't forget, February 25th. Still, there's more to come on this video, so don't stop yet.
I hate to see that, because I signed up for it. I ran for office, and certainly political campaigns nowadays, you better be pretty tough to get through a campaign. Mm-hmm. But these folks who are just doing a job because they're passionate about their profession and want to help the city, those are the ones that I think it's unfortunate they get dragged into it often.
So I know City Council recently just changed the allowing people to speak in public, because there was a few folks that were trying to monetize and cause a scene.
Yes. My job is YouTube. I was a chef for over 25 years. Still am a chef today. I just don't work in a kitchen. But I made YouTube my full-time job. And I didn't care about Clearwater until Clearwater started detaining me, putting their hands on me, putting me under a years-long investigation, and being kicked out of several meetings. Yeah, I'm going to monetize it, because that is how I make money. If I need to go back to cooking, I'll go back to cooking. But Clearwater, they're mad. They're mad that I put them out on blast. And just like this YouTube channel, I will leave links in the description. Leave him a comment and let him know that, the guy's got like 60 views. Who gives a shit? I'm getting this sent from people in Clearwater. I've got whistleblowers in Clearwater that alert me to all this, and that's how I'm able to pick you guys apart every single time. So the best thing for you to do is just keep opening your mouth and keep talking, because the more you talk, the more I know. Knowledge is power. Go fuck yourself. And it's not over. We're not done yet.
How do you balance still trying to get the public engaged and have those conversations and truly citizens that are coming from a good place with those kind of people? And do you feel we came to like a good solution? I mean, can we just leave phones outside of city council? I mean, what's your general thoughts on how that played out?
Well, the biggest thing in Clearwater, we just try to protect local citizens and their right to speak.
Sure.
And so we've had folks driving from 4 hours away who have a YouTube channel that are monetizing it.
Right.
And so what we're trying to do is find a path forward so that we truly are having a city meeting about city business, and we don't have folks coming in with a separate agenda, in this case a commercial agenda, that's drowning out or making these folks reluctant to come.
Can you require they need to
Who
be
are
citizens, or is that?
Well, we're looking at that, and we're looking at other municipalities, what they've done to kind of control it. You know, when our council rules or protocol or procedure were written in the 1970s, nobody envisioned what you just talked about.
You crybabies. A bunch of crybabies. Yes, back well before any technology came about, what did they do? They printed newspapers. But today, the new newspaper are either independent journalists or half the stuff you can just find online. That's how we are showing how corrupt you are. That's how we're doing this. You all swore an oath to defend and uphold the Constitution. But yet, here you are taking a big old smear campaign on the flag. So, yeah, once again, you're not doing yourself any favors, dude. Just keep opening that big old D sucker, you know what I mean?
How
You too,
vitriolic
yeah.
social media would become. And, you know, we get crazy mail. I got one just last night, and usually it has no name to it, and usually it has no
Nameless, faceless,
they don't identify where they're from. We've traced them, police have, to Switzerland and all over the world.
Oh, wow.
But it's that not having to talk to somebody face to face.
I've tried to talk to you face to face. I've offered the olive branch. I've done everything that you could possibly imagine. I've called. We've talked. I've talked to Mr. Cotton. I've talked to Mr. Rectum. But I always come to these meetings so that you can see it in my eyes. You can see the frustration. The only difference is that, oh, he's just monetizing it and he's doing it for his own. I cover more than just Clearwater. I cover things all across the country. Everything. So don't think you're super special, Clearwater, because you're not. I'm just waiting for somebody to help me hold you accountable. And we'll see when that day happens, because it's coming soon.
That social media, and some people say it's destroying our country. In some ways it is, because folks are saying things and doing things that they would never say if they were sitting across from me like you and I right now.
Right.
The fuck I wouldn't. I'll tell you straight to your face any day of the week. I don't care. I'm not scared of you. You guys are more scared of me. So yes, I would tell you directly to your face any day of the week, walking down the street, if I ever saw you, I'd fucking light you up like a fucking Christmas tree. So don't think for 1 second, if I've got a problem with you and I see you, I'm not gonna fight you. But I'm gonna friggin' hold a camera and berate you. And I'll keep doing it. Just like you did it to Unks, I'll do it to you. And you're only earning the hate. That's all I could tell you. Earning the hate is something that you are doing. I'm not doing it. So, go fuck yourself.
And it's become so impersonal that it's really become dangerous, particularly if you get sucked into it and you take it too seriously.
Oh, it's easy to, yeah. Especially, I've had some conversations in Twitter that just went down the rabbit hole.
And the biggest concern for me is kids. I mean, it's, we've seen a teenage suicide rate, skyrocket here. And a lot of it's just this hateful speech that, I'm age 60 and I've been practicing law for 34 years. So I know kind of where to place it, but some of these kids don't. And today with our culture and social media where their identity too often is tied to social media, it can be really rough. And we've just got to get a better handle as a society on the proper place for that with our kids.
And parenting. I am a father of 4 teenagers, and so we have spent, I think appropriately so, but just an inordinate amount of time talking about social media presence and how you engage people and how you respond to things. And it's not easy. I mean, things that, neither one of us really had to deal with when we were growing up.
And just like that, yes, I guarantee even in his law profession, he's probably never been talked to. They've never had people stand up for their rights, especially when their rights are being violated, clearly being violated, and you're just like, we're really not violating your rights. We're just taking public comment away because your butt hurt. That's the only thing that I get out of it. And that's the same thing that Unks did. Unks was so butthurt that he had to come up with all these new decorum rules. And then you came in and you were like, well, we need to shut down public comment for almost 9 months. And now we're going to just move it magically somewhere else, and you magically think that there's not going to be a bunch of cameras on February 25th. Links are in the description. I beg of you, I plead of you, if you can make it, I believe it's at 5:30. Like I said, links are in the description. 5:30, February 25th, Clearwater. It's not at the main library. It's at the East Library. The address is in the description. If you can be there and you want to voice your opinion, please show up, and let's show up in force and say, honor your oath. Let's just get up there and say, honor your oath. Because you swore to protect it, but your butt's so friggin' hurt that you're willing to just crap on it. And if you want, the link to the channel up here is in the description, the video. Please. I'm not really concerned. He's got 68 subscribers. Let's blow up his comment section, and let's put in 600 comments and say, stop interviewing tyrannical people. And if he wants, he can always reach out to me at thearmedfisherman@gmail.com, and I will gladly go onto his podcast and have a conversation, a debate, or whatever you want to call it. I don't care. So I'm calling out any one of you council members. If you want to sit down face to face, we can sit down face to face. Because like I said, I'm not scared of none of y'all. You don't scare me, but you're scared of me. So don't forget, hit that like, share, and that subscribe button, all that good stuff. Links are all in the description. I hope to see a lot of you on February 13th and the 25th. February 13th with Warren Sapp. February 25th out in Clearwater. And I hope to see a lot of you there. And I'm going to say, solo yacker, deuces.